Hello everybody, welcome to Percussion Axiom TV. I'm your host Tom Burritt, and it's nice to be here for episode 10. Before we get into today's episode, I wanted to clear up a problem we've been having with the comments section. I've been writing you guys about leaving comments, and for, I don't know how long, maybe a couple weeks even, maybe even longer. I have no way of knowing. The mechanism hasn't been working to leave comments, and so thank you so much to Larry and Taylor and you guys who let me know that there was some problems. Otherwise I wouldn't have known. When they launched MobileMe, when Mac launched MobileMe, this is, they've had all kinds of problems, and turns out this was one of them. So, but regardless, I figured it out. Thank you for letting me know. We should be all set to go on the comments. Thank you so much to those of you who are leaving comments on YouTube. It's a real uplift to my day when I see comments there. So thank you so much. Keep spreading the word about the show if you like it. I enjoy doing it, but really enjoy hearing what you guys think. So, wanted to clear that up right off the bat here. Okay, but on with what we're going to talk about today. We're going to continue and talk about number 6 on the warm-up sheet that I've posted on the front page of my website. If you haven't downloaded that, please do. It's free, and we can go through this together. We started this, I think it was episode 4, kind of working our way through those and talking about each. And this is by far the hardest one and the most complex, so we'll probably split this one up over a couple episodes. And so number 6 is sequential stickings using arpeggios. We're going to talk about that, and I'll walk you through those. So we start with this exercise. The first thing really that's important is just learning the permutation, which is 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. So it becomes obviously very important that we can play that without really thinking about it too much. The strokes are nice and even, so that's the first thing you need to do. The next thing to do is to apply it in arpeggiation form as written on the sheet. And you can think about this any number of ways. But I like to think of mallet 1 kind of forming the voicing of a triad or a chord. So it's mallet 1 is going to give us that outline. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Then we get to, if it's a 6-note pattern, then we start talking about second inversion, and then first inversion, and back to root, and the same on the way down. What we don't want to do though is this. We don't want to make it too slow a pattern working up, because the next thing we need to work on with this exercise is how we step and how we move behind the instrument. So, with F major, we start in F major because I find if I do these in a circle of fifths, so starting on F, going to C, going to G, I can hit basically the configurations on the keyboard that are all similar. And if you follow that process through, you'll see what I'm saying. But we start with F and go to G and go to C. We're just going to talk about those 3, and maybe we'll add F sharp because it's similar. But so it looks like this. So if we start on F, C would be the next. And G, of course. Now, it's very important that we play these with some musicality, and it's not stiff. It's a nice fluid motion up and down the instrument. So the last thing we need to address before we're finished here is how we're stepping. I like to avoid sort of small steps behind the instrument, what some of us marimba players call marimba shuffling. It's not really, we want to avoid the white boy dance, if you will. And so how I handle that is simple, in that I don't have to always stand in front of the bars that I need to play. So I might stay in the middle, or at least sort of in this area of that range. If I'm going from here to here, I'll start here and angle on the bars a little bit, hit below center here, hit above center here, and so on. So I'm still getting the same sound from the bars. And then lunge to the right, shift back to the left. And if I have to keep going, I'll do that again. I'll lunge to the right, all my weight's here, and then I'll shift back. And that's very important. So it looks like this. So we'll start with our weight on our left foot, shifting to the right and back. Therefore, I'm not stepping at all. I don't need to step in that instance. Okay? But if I start here, then I do have to quickly do a lot of the little small steps, which can be very visually distracting and difficult on the eye as you're watching someone play. So another advantage of doing these with a circle of fists, of course, is that I get to do the same movement for all three of those keys. So F, G, C, and even F sharp, because we're all playing the same manual there. So we're shifting our weight from here to here and back. And it's really important to practice that with this exercise because when I do get to playing my music every day, my body sort of knows to do this naturally. So if I have a difficult passage in a piece that I'm performing or practicing, I don't have to make a note of, okay, make sure you don't take small steps there, because my body does it automatically because I do this exercise every day. So you can see how these exercises are much more than warm-up exercises. They really review the foundational issues that we have when it comes to performing pretty much any piece of music. So there's the first part of this episode. We'll talk about, in episode 11, I guess, we'll talk about D, A, and E, and A flat, E flat, and D flat, and hit a couple of the oddballs, talk about those, and the tricky things about those. So that's today's episode. The question that I have for you guys is, I'd love to hear your thoughts on how you move behind the instrument. And if you've got a plan, great, I want to hear about it. If you don't have a plan, maybe this will work for you. It's just one way of doing it that I found to be very successful. So the question of the episode is simple. What do you do? How do you move behind the instrument? Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.